Welcome to Disruptive Patterns. My name is Billy Frickin' Murray, and we're going to dive into this 2026 Cadillac Escalade ESV with some very specific changes. Someone asked me about a few specific things to do with this vehicle, so I figured we might as well make a video and dive in and get a few things done. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to make this gas cap a little bit smaller so that the pattern doesn't stop at the gas cap, but gives extra film to wrap inside, but still cuts out some of the hole for it to make it easier. We're going to zoom in and get rid of this seam on these door cups and also make the door handle holes a little bit smaller. So you've got a cutout there so you can put the handles back on and cover that up without a seam. And then we're going to go up in the front here and we're going to fix this seam here by combining it together and realigning some things so that we can get no seam here across this as well. And probably end up shrinking this down just a little bit smaller too, so we can actually get behind that mirror as well. So let's jump in it. First thing we're going to do is this gas cap. So back here, when you select, the pattern goes red. When you double click, you go into node edit mode. And for something like this, I think it would be simplest to just go to node edit mode and click and drag to highlight all of these nodes for this gas cap. Make sure in the bottom corner down here, you don't catch some of the nodes from the exterior side of this. So once you select all of these nodes, go to edge expansion. I did this earlier. I tried outward because I'm thinking outward from the pattern. It didn't work. It made it bigger. So we're going to go with inward here. And let's say we want to add about a ½ inch, maybe 0.5 inches, add, and it goes in. A couple things you'll notice real quick. Well, I guess one main thing you'll notice real quick is that this blue line here, remember, is just a shadow. It's just a visual notice here to show this is where the pattern was. So we can make an edit and go from there. So you can kind of see a visual of how much change you made. So remember, that's not going to cut. Don't worry about that. Now from here, to keep from moving things around, just click escape. And we never ungrouped this, so this is still one piece. So we don't have to worry about that there. So now that gas cap is going to stay in place. Now we can go up here to this door cup and cut these out, right? I find it's easiest to ungroup these to make them different shapes first so that we can edit the shape that we need. So let's go to ungroup, click off of this pattern so that we can click back in and get this one. And now we're going to go in and cut this pattern up a little bit with our cut tool here, cut and close pattern. So we can take this and cut, click and drag, and just cut it right across here. Let's do it again. Click and drag. Let's go right across here. So now we've got a separate piece here. We can click off and then click this bad boy here. Maybe they are separate pieces again. Ungroups to make sure. Yep. And then click this one, delete. And now we can go into node edit mode with this one. We can smooth this out a little bit. Probably by taking this node, move it up a little bit, and then get rid of some of these curves so that this curve doesn't come down quite the same. We can delete that. Let's go to this side, do the same, escape, click this one, double click to go to node edit mode. Same thing here. Let's get rid of these to smooth that out some. If you notice here too, this blue dot goes to solid blue. That means right now that this is an open polygon, that there's no line connecting the beginning and end. So we're gonna, with this still selected, we can click generate polygon up here and it'll connect those two nodes and put a green dot back over that blue one to make it one complete line again. And we're not too worried about these hard lines here because this is gonna be an internal piece that we're gonna shrink down a little bit. So now we can go here, go back to inward. Let's do another, we don't wanna go too far. Let's say a 1/4 inch in. That way we're not going too crazy with it. Make that a little bit smaller. We can go here, edge expansion, inward. Let's say another 1/4 inch there. We made those smaller. Now it's important here too that we regroup all this stuff, especially this badge down here. These little guys in here and this. Let's group this back together so that's all one solid piece again. So now we move this around, everything's there as one solid piece. But now let's go over here to this. This is a little bit trickier one at first because it's hard to make curves right. It's harder to take this and move it up some and this curve stay the same. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and move this whole curve up just a hair to realign it with this top line here. So luckily what I look for a straight edge here. I see this straight edge right here, which tells me if I double click this, I can zoom in. I can see some nodes here that are further apart. So what if we highlight just these down here that I need, Hold shift to highlight the rest of them. And one of my favorite tools here too is, remember, like when you move this around, you've got the black line there as your reference until you let go. So it's one of my favorite little tools to use here. So let's take this and bring it up where we keep this along the back line here where that point is. We can keep it lined up with that black line up top, and we can just bring that up a little bit to even out there without changing that angle up top, and move that curve up just a little bit there to keep some of that there. We've got an overlap here, which is no big deal right now, because we're going to go in and trying to brain fart in here. Let's see again. Let's see if we can cut this pattern. What if we don't want to just delete them. Let's cut and open. Double click, go back in. So now we've got separate start and end here and a separate piece down here. So let's take these nodes here. Let's delete those. And you can come in here too and maybe clean some of this up a little bit too to straighten this line out some. Let's say we deleted these. So now we've got a straighter line there. We can generate Polygon. And then that covers that one. But now we've got this one down here we need to do something with. Oops, click off. Click this one to double click. Now we know we want to get rid of these. We want to get rid of the, oh, undo. Don't want to move that, definitely. Let's go in here and delete just these two. I want that one gone. This is the one I want. Because now we want to straighten this out a little bit. And this one's going to be a little bit trickier to get this straight out because it is a whole curved line. And we don't really have like a angle up line. So we're going to have to move these individually, which shouldn't be a big deal if we just bring this up. Oh, make sure you only get one node. Remember, if you click and drag to select a node, you can select just that node. But if you ever click a node, it's going to select two nodes to select a line. So now click and drag. So we've got two nodes there. Click off again. There we go. Sometimes it'll do that too. Let's say we get this close for now to a straight line. Now we can take this and go inward another, say, 0.25 inches. Make it a hair smaller. So again, the accuracy of that line isn't as important because we just want to get it smaller than what it was, right? So now we can double click it and it is a polygon. So it is closed off. So we're good to go there. So now we can select this one. We can regroup them. And now we have a door that is edited. So if we want to take this and duplicate it, we can Control Z, Control V. We've got a separate one. We can mirror it. And then now we've got a separate door that's been edited too. So that would be how to do all of those specific things that someone asked about. All those little things. So that covers making the gas cap smaller, getting rid of a seam on a door cup, and then making them smaller. And then taking a really weird seam up here and kind of closing it out to make it smaller and closing a seam off so that when you put a mirror on, it goes behind the mirror while still having an actual cut up there to help out some. So there you go.